Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. Question becomes, do we go temple start or cat start? I feel like we go cat start, hold up, push. Otherwise, we can always go surveil if we don't need push on one. The problem is that like a lot of our stuff just other than the turn one push just conflicts on turns two of whether or not we hold up push, if we go rumble, if we go K command, what have you. Well, we'll go cat start. The other concern here, of course, we draw into a temple, then we could have K commanded X2 on 2, but I think cat start is correct. Opponent will surveil. We'll let the surveil resolve. So what are we playing against? That surveils on 1. Could be Prowess. Could be Storm. Though the Violent Urge would tell me Prowess. So we're gonna fetch and surveil. Devour. Devour's a little bit meh here. We're gonna put that to yard. So, knowing its prowess, we should probably hold push here. We'll go sprawl black. Go sprawl black, hold push. We don't hold K command though, which is fine. Then we go K command next turn. Let's say my fetch 19, because this could catch a slick shot show off, whereas the temple could not. Corey steel cut or slick shot? Next turn we can go rumble. Okay, plotting the slick shot's fine. Yep. So from this position, we'll draw. Ugin. Ugin's pretty good. Ooh, in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we go temple pass. And the reason why I'm thinking this is because we would be able to hold up both Cakeman X2, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as well as push. So we're going to go temple, hold push, hold K command. We do need to be mindful of Spell Pierce, which sometimes is played main. We can actually take a look at our opponent's deck list, and looks like no Spell Pierce main, so we should be in the clear, at least as of 4 days ago. So that's good news. Yeah, forcing the opponent to play around interaction like this is pretty good for us, especially since we have push and command. Command to ramp, push to deal with anything that we need to. Ugin has follow-up next turn. Feeling pretty good. There's a slick shot, so no Corey steel cut here. We're going to follow up with anything else. There's a Swifty, sure. Alright. No attack. No blocks. To damage, we're going to fire anything off. Ping cost. Dart. Dart will resolve. Yield all. Anything else? Mutagenic growth on Swifty. Sure. Alright, looks like that will be that. So let's start with yeah, I'll just start with push on slick shot and K command ramp exile. And I'll ramp exile you. Done. 2 cards in hand. End step, draw, sprawl. So on one hand, I want to play this Ugin, on the other hand, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go rumble here. 'Tis a thought. Ghost Quarter, Sprawl, Rumble instead of the Ugin. At the same time, we could just play Ugin plus go up to 21, be pretty hard pressed for them to get beyond that. So let's go Sprawl. Go green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green. Ghost Quarter. Sin Ugin. Ugin. Yield all. If they can somehow burst damage me for 21 damage next turn, then by all means. Wooded Foothill fetch shock tapped. Okay. We'll plus draw a card up to 21. There's push. So we can dispatch anything that pops up over the next couple turns. 3 cards in hand. Dart and Yard. EI. EI resolves. They'll dig 3, pull 2. They haven't played a land this turn. So EI is not a bad play here. Sees the mountain, plays the mountain, 3 cards in hand, 2 slick shot. Plots another slick shot. Okay. There's Sire 7 death. Alright. At this point, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's plus Ugin Temple. So from here, we can just cast Sire 7 death and hold push. I didn't realize that was 1 over. Whoops. In that case, I could have probably played the Rumble as well. That's fine. 'Tis fine. We hold push. 2 mana, Corey Steel, plays the Slick Shot. Yep, triggers the Corey Steel. You have the Darden Yard, so you can keep the Ugin off 11, Loyalty. Preordained triggers, sure. They could have Monstrous or Violent Urge in hand, so they do have Delirium. Something to keep in mind. 0 top 2 bottom draw. Opponents go to the top, will take the win against Prowess. Yeah, push, definitely feeling very good in the Prowess for sure. Trinisphere in, Thoughtseize no, Bog, Countersouls, Bauble in. Ghost Quarter out, Trim, Ice Till. We want 4 push, we want the Bog Countersouls. The Countersouls to resolve bodies, especially bodies like Sire 7 death. I do wonder, actually, about moving up a Sire down an Ugin in the grand scheme. There is some thought to that. Either that or trimming a push for a Sire, put another push on the side even. Bog, of course, for Delirium, DRC, Vexing Baubles, since we've already seen them plot this show off, so we need to be a bit mindful of when we play the Baubles. If I were to trim 2 here, maybe Speaker, but also going down Ugin. Like, Ugin's one of those cards in this matchup that's very hit or miss. That's why I wasn't too thrilled about it last game. Whereas Speaker can line up for a turn 3 Sire, which is just GG's in this matchup. Speaking of, Reveal Devour. We'll pass. Devour trigger. Sees push, push, rumble. I think we just go push here. Grab push. Lab. Imprint devour. Cast talisman. Hold push, unless you can sign the talisman. I mean, it's an option, not a great option, but an option. Alright, we'll fetch Bloodstained Mire. We're going to shock in, Steam Vents. Nope, going to Surveil. Pushes up. And then next turn we'll go Temple Speaker, I think pitch Rumble, because 2 or 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we want the Misty so that we can play the Sire on 3. 2 mana, Corey Steel. Passing, no follow-up. Okay. Overrun Tomb. In that case, we can pitch Tomb or Misty here. So Actually, I think I want to go Misty Crack Forest, hold push. Yep, let's do that. Misty Crack Forest. Speaker. Hold, push, pitch, tomb. Tomb out, grab sire, and hold push. So they either need to consign and hold a consign, or they need to dispatch speaker to keep me off of sire. Paying cost, dart, target me, triggers Quarry Steel. Okay. Slick shot to yard. Okay. Goes to combat. No attacks. Do I push here? I think I do. So I'll push DRC. This Bloodstained Mire is a little bit concerning. Sprawl. Sprawl. We'll go black. Play Temple. The only downside here is it does force me to not have any blockers, but they do consign. The other option here is just to rumble. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna rumble. There's Emrakul, Cavernous Souls, grab the Cavernous Souls. We can't play the Cavernous Souls this turn since we already played the Temple. We'll at this point pass 5 types in yard. So we are set up for an uncounterable sire. Opponent will fetch, then they teen, Steam Vents tapped, 3 in hand. We have blockers and have no reason to not block with a speaker. 4 cards in hand, 1 dart in yard, 16 life. And the reason why I went for the DRC with the push over the monk is simply because I guess we could have held at this point. Since we weren't going to just jam the sire. I guess on end step I should have just held up push. Specifically for the reason that we weren't going to we didn't want to play the sire directly into a consign. Meltdown for 0? It looks that way. Yep, that's fine. So just trying to trigger Quarry Steel Cut here, it seems. You do have the dart. We could sack the spawn in response to it targeting, but you would have to feed a mountain to the wood chipper. 3 cards in hand, so you have to have a follow-up here. I mean, it's either dart or something from hand, right? 5 cards in yard, or 5 types in yard. So there's the dart, feeds the mountain to the wood chipper. We'll sack in response, yield all. Again, we don't mind just feeding the speaker into a monk, because next turn we can guarantee the sire resolving. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could even return the Devour on end step to follow up the turn after. Yeah, I think that's probably correct. Alright, so you have another monk, the 2-2. Anything else here? No. Go to combat. Yeah, let's just mitigate as much damage as we can. We'll go to blocks. I imagine you have something here. Violent Urge is unfortunate, but shouldn't be the death of me keywords yet. Still have another 2 cards in hand. And a consign on one of the triggers. Interesting. So we were right for the consign read. And, oh, that might actually be lethal shit. That is 16 exactly. I mean, there's not much I can do about that, shy of not making the misplay I made earlier. So, as I said, in retrospect, what I should have done was hold the push instead of targeting the DRC like we did. That was a misplay, given that I didn't want to feed the sire into the consign, which they clearly had. But good use of consign there, consigning one of the prowess triggers to get lethal damage. Damn. So we played around the consign correctly. We just unfortunately didn't. We made a misplay. On the play for 3, we have the push on 2, but is that enough? We have acceleration. Yeah, we'll keep. Play Temple, pass, and pass. Wooded Foothill, fetch 19. Steam Vent Shock 17 for DRC. I do want to push the DRC. Because DRC start sometimes means that opponents get the greedy hand wants the DRC to sculpt the top deck. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that presumption. Wooded Foothill, fetch 16. Mountain, Swifty, preordained trigger. Alright. 4, 5, 6. Definitely would like something here. 4 in hand. Top draw. That's concerning. We'll take 2 down to 17. We draw. Temple. We are short here of our Devour, but we should represent a meaty K command. So we have Devour primed next turn. We're still 1 short of Ugin, however. There's DRC number 2. 4 cards in hand. They did go top draw. Going to combat, swing for 1. Down to 16. Second main, end step, draw. Speaker. Speaker's interesting to me. Because Speaker's a blocker, and from Speaker we could pitch Ugin and attempt to grab Myco Spawn. I will... Actually, let's go Forest. No, I actually do have to do it like this. Let's cast Speaker. Speaker trigger. Do you have a consign for the trigger? You don't. We'll pitch Ugin, grab Myco, cast Myco, and see if you have consign. Trigger yield all. Opponent's thinking now. This will get us 2 blockers on board. If they don't consign, It would likely mean that they don't have it, but given the fetch, I'm going to say they likely do. Shock down to 13. And consign replicated. Yep, there's the consign. We'll pass in full from this position. We have the Devour primed next turn, so we can dispatch the DRC if they get Delirium, for example. Three types in yard. Missing instant, artifact. Think of the main two that they have left. I mean, if they see an instant on top... Well, no, I guess they have an instant. So actually, they have Delirium. Right, consign. So they'll have Delirium. The DRC will float. So we likely do want to devour the DRC for that exact reason. We'll block this Swift Spear regardless, then. Oh, okay. I'm hoping that misplay on game 2 doesn't come back to bite me. I mean, it already did. We lost game 2, I think because of it. Had we held the push, we would have been in a much better position. So that was a misplay on my part. Swifty to yard. DRC is floating. So at the very least, we're going down to 13. We'll pass in full. The Devour's primed if we get another turn. Preordained triggers. Dart to yard. That is pretty good. Again, we're guaranteed going to block the Swifty to mitigate damage here. Dart Yard is pretty good. That's basically just a free draw. They're thinking hard on the scry too. Top bottom draw. 2 mana. Slick shot. Okay. DRC, the board attacks in. We'll block Swifty. Mutagenic growth. Mutagenic growth on the slick shot. So that will grow the Swifty. No, it's not actually out of range yet. There's the dart. Okay. So they're going to go the full gambit here. Push me down to 15. 8 down to 7. Oh, not on 5 because we didn't count that. Damn. Alright. Let's start with Rumble then. 2 cards in hand. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we start Rumble. What do we see off Rumble? There's Trinisphere, but we can't go Trinisphere. Let's do some Emrakul math. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Too shy of Emrakul off Speaker. So we can't go that route. But I think Speaker might still be the best option here for follow-up. The question then becomes, do we get rid of the DRC or the show-off? DRC is a guaranteed 3. Show-off can scale. I'll grab Speaker. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, still 2 off, like I said. So I will cast Devour. And I think I have to go after the Slick Shot. Because again, DRC is at most 3 without, like, let's say, a mutagenic growth. 3 cards. Do you have a bolt? You have a bolt, you win. Yep, okay. So yeah, that misplay on 2 definitely hurt. I guess the double bolt did not matter. So yeah, the biggest thing coming out of this match would definitely be that I should have thought more of whether or not we were going to attempt to cast the Sire on my turn. Because had I thought about it more critically, I would have recognized I did not want to play Sire directly into the consign and do nothing else, and should have instead held the push. Holding the push would have given me the opportunity to win. So, lesson learned there. I think we need to be a little bit more conservative with push at times rather than just doing it to curve out. But otherwise, solid match. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. We'll keep angling for Cake Man X2 on 2. So we need a Soul Land, 7 hits, Rumble, 11. So 11 hits here. We'll pass and hold. And hold. Otherwise, we'll probably play Wooded Foothill. Spiral of Canal. Could be Affinity, could be Prowess. We'll draw. We do see Speaker. We'll go Wooded Foothill. Hold K command X1. Is this Affinity or Prowess? Verdict is... thinking. Spiral of Canal. Saga would tell me it is Affinity. Okay. So I definitely want to angle towards this Emrakul. There's Emissary. EE trigger. Yield all. So that was going to be 3. 4. Skateboard will enter targeting. Temple. Wooded Foothill. Weird choices are weird. We'll fetch. Forest. And passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll K command Rampant Scry, draw the warp trigger on the stack, and done. There's a push. I'm gonna say push bottom here, draw, forest, not ideal. We'll draw, Malevolent Rumble. Okay. So the question is Speaker or Rumble better here? Rumble is probably the answer. Do we go double green, though? Let's go Rumble. Ugin, Talisman. We'll go Ugin. 6 types in yard now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We pass. So we have Emrakul primed. We just need them not to hold up interaction. Spiral of Canal, 3 in hand. This is Kappa mana +1, so they can haste it. Yep, looks like Kappa to me. Ugh. Okay, well that's very unfortunate. So they can crypt target me. Hit my yard. Oh. Opting to not hold up crypt for reasons unknown. That is a mistake, my friend. 1 card in hand, we equip the skateboard, the last mana. Sure. Alright. Opponent not having enough experience of Eldrazi ramp, clearly. Down to 12. You have another crypt? You do not. You can't crack crypt, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. 'Tis an Emrakul, friend. Alright, Arcbound Ravager. Draw, bobble. Go to main. Saga trigger. On the stack, we'll float Saga. And opponent scoop it up, we'll take the win. Good stuff. Yeah, if they had cracked the crypt, we'd be in a much worse off position. So we are going to bring in Toxic Deluge. I think rip the push. We don't know if they have Emery, so I'm not going to bring Bog in. We definitely bring in Seize, though. They just claim Bobble. Cavernous Souls. Ice Till out. And Trim Ugin. Deluge Seize, Nature's Claim Bobble. All looks good. Let's run it back. So yeah, still going to kick myself for that game 2 against Prowess. I think that's the biggest thing that I need to learn with push. Like, we have that in mind, like K-Command. But we normally fire off K-Command pretty consistently on curve. Whereas push, I think I definitely need to get out of the Abbot. There's a Deluge. That's a little bit slow here. We can keep it, however, as we do have acceleration. We need to find lands off the 2 first draws, though. Alright, then we'll get into 6. We'll pass in full. Go for Sprawl Black. And then potentially Deluge on 2. Canal. Okay. Passing. Misty. So we do have the Deluge primed. Black. And pass. We'll pass in full. Saga trigger. We would like to get rid of Saga before long. There's Opal, Canal, Claws. EE0. Damping Sphere is fine, as it actually does not impact Sprawl. There's K-Command. I will play Talisman. Play Misty Pass. Only downside of Deluge over Fade is that also I can't dispatch these Sagas, which could prove to be an issue. End step, I'll fetch. Surveil. Looking for a color source. We do see it. We'll Rumble. Cast Rumble. We see Countersoul's Ghost Quarter. I do actually want to pick up the Ghost Quarter. Grab Ghost Quarter. Play Ghost Quarter. We Ghost Quarter which Saga? I'm thinking Ghost Quarter Saga on 2? Yeah, I suppose so. That will then force them to make a construct now. They make a construct, Ghost Quarter goes off. It is a 5/5. I've already cast one spell, so I'm not going to do it now. Debating whether or not I fire off the K command. The concern, of course, being consign. I think we wait until we block the construct is the thought here. Islet, one in hand. Let's go to blocks before damage. K command, scry draw exile, exile the construct. Do you has consign? You do. Nope, rebuke. Okay. We can't pay for the rebuke. That's fine though. 0 cards in hand. We'll draw. Talisman. We'll cast the Myco as a blocker. Though I guess they can go construct. Oh, I think I'm actually dead, potentially. I'm just now realizing. Ooh, I hate that. I'll grab Temple. Because they can go Construct, and Skateboard. So it goes up to a 6/6, 7/7, 8/8. So I think that's 24 damage coming my way now. Yeah, I think we just lose. Oof. I wonder if... Oh, they didn't do that. Why not? Couldn't they have had lethal? Or am I crazy? I mean, this is still going to be 15 damage, which means now I can't deluge. Down to 4. We draw. And we're short. Yep, I do not have anything here. How unfortunate. Definitely a good example where Fade definitely feels better than Deluge. I wonder if I could have played that differently. I'll concede regardless. Let's go to side. And run it back, methinks. On the play for game 3. Bobble on kind of 1. Bobble on 2. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm gonna keep regardless. Mortuary Surveil, Trigger, Sprawl. So we're gonna go Wooded Foothills, Sprawl into either Rumble or Bobble. Sprawl Yard, and pass. I guess we could have kept this Sprawl since we're gonna go Bobble. It heavily reliant on them not doing this. God damn it. So I guess we're gonna just ignore the Bobble then. That's so unfortunate. Maybe I should have mulliganed. Because they have a cap on one. Bobble. Okay. They still have Kappa mana. Warp, no Kappa. Bobble trigger. K command. Sprawl. Green. Rumble. No rebuke. There's Temple. Grab Temple Pass. Since we have 3 K commands. 4 types in yard. They could Tormod script here, but there's no reason to do so now. 5 cards in hand. Saga Trigger. Attack for 3, down to 17. Feels like they're holding up Rebuke or Consign. Down to 17, second main, end step. Speaker. I'm going to start with Bobble to see if I can bait out a Consign from them. Because I don't think Bobble's actually too impactful at this point. But if it can draw out a Consign, it'd be much better. But no such luck. So let's hold up the K commands. The question is whether or not I play around Rebuke now. Saga Trigger, 5 in hand. Take 3 down to 14. Alright, Islet. Crypt target me now is a bit weird, but fine. Alright, down to 14. Second main, end step. K command, ramp, and scry draw. Try and draw out some of those consigns. No consign. Talisman bottom, devoured bottom, draw. Talisman, we draw. Might go spawn. So we could attempt to Myco kick. Target Saga. Do you has consign? Paying cost for seems like consign to me. Yep. So they were pocketing the consign after all. We do have the K command X equals 0 to dispatch the construct that they attempt to haste it. Not desirable, but I think it is a necessary option at this point. Alright. We go to upkeep. End step. Trigger Saga. Makes a construct. To the 5/5, you go searching, I imagine for a skateboard. A Tormod's Crypt. Interesting. Spirebluff Canal. Crypt target me again. Try and keep me off of Emrakul, more or less. Alright. No, we're not going to fire off the K command then. Down to 11. Go to end step, draw. Lab. I will cast Speaker. Speaker resolves. Pitch Talisman. What do we want to pick up here is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll pick up the Emrakul since they seem very, very hesitant about it. I'm gonna go lab, imprint the Emrakul. Imprint Emrakul, hold up K command, X equals 4. There's a world where I simply K command for 0 to play around consign. That we can K command twice, theoretically. We're very heavily telegraphing the K commands, however. Only downside, they'll draw a card, 4 in hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2. Damping Sphere. In response, I'm going to scry draw exile the construct. Done. Construct down, pick up Deluge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are still short. This will resolve. Take 3 down to 8. Or retrieve the Emrakul. And draw Tomb. How to proceed here? Deluge. For 1. Down to 7. Cast Tomb tapped, hold up K command. I guess I should have attacked first for 2, but I also want to ramp, I think. Crack Islet, draw a card. Or not. Oh, you can't because the Opal is dead. You don't have Mellowcraft anymore. Okay. Can we get there's the question. 2 mana, 3 mana Emissary. They should be taxed at this point. We're gonna untap. They can't consign, especially because that still is... They don't have Metalcraft, basically. X equals 2. 2 bottom, force top, draw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Casting. Bauble. So Emrakul's primed then, unless they have... Actually, they can't play anything else. We should be good here. Bauble will target me is fine. Bauble trigger draw. We'll draw Sanctum. So I'm going to tap on tap. This will leave a spawn. Emrakul, Sanctum, trigger, yield all. But we'll scoop it up, we'll take the win. Alright, solid win for match 2. We'll be back for match number 3. On the draw this time. Supposedly against Eldrazi Tron, we'll see. If it is Eldrazi Tron, looks like just colorless. We keep. Opponent says, good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun, opponent. I'll keep Reveal Devour and pass. Those look like Tron to me. Looking for Myco Spawn then. No Myco Spawn, but there is the Forest. I think we have to go for the Forest. So, Lab, Imprint, Cast, and pass, and pass. Mine, draw, Talisman, Forest, Sprawl, green. The question now becomes, I don't think the Ice Tail matters here, so we're just going to hold up the K command. Crack. Yup. So they have a Karn on 3 here. We are in a bit of trouble. Power plant. There's Karn. Karn will resolve. Karn. If they hit the forest, though, we are SOL, as we then still can't go Myco, is the problem. Liquid Metal, cast Liquid Metal, it will resolve. Phase change, go to end step. K command, X equals 2, ramp and scry draw. And done. Temple Sire. Sire bottom. Temple top draw. And coding target lab is fine. Draw shifting. In that case, 5 in hand. I will play Temple, cast Ice Till, play Shifting Mill, and pass and hold. Chances of Ice Till making a turn are slim to none, but we'll see. Basically, we're just hoping that everything is in their hand is a dud, but that's unlikely. I mean, if they just have a land card minus Leveler or Extinguisher Battleship would do a lot here. Battleship probably would be the best choice as it would clear the ice still and a land. Liquid Metal Coating will cut me short again. On my turn, I think that would probably be GG's. Honestly, I think as long as this Ice Till dies, it's GG's. But it goes, sorry thinking, you're fine. I don't know if there's much to think about here. Because again, land, battleship, anything that's not a land, if you have a 7-mana value spell, Devour, or Ugin, you cast that, exiling the Ice Till. If you have a K command, you exile the Ice Till. Karn will minus. That's concerning. Karn minuses for one Shitong. That is unexpected. Okay. You then scry 2. What do you see off of one chi? Bottom. Jesus. Free Ugin off the top. Pretty good. Ice Till is down. The liquid metal coating me. Ugin plus and draw. Tower. 3 mana up, 6 in hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trinisphere's fine. Ugin Exile Sprawl. Yes. That does in fact work. Huh. 5 in hand. End step. Local metal target. Lab. Resolves. Ugin. Yep, we are out of this race. We'll concede. Honestly, the friggin' wheel into Ugin was insane. That was not on my list of things to see there. Sees in. Push out. Ghost Quarter stays. Leaves room for 2 Nature's Claim in, I suppose? Yeah, let's do that. We don't need Counter Souls, we don't need Bog, we don't need Push. Graph Diggers, no. Spellbomb, no. Bobble, no. I guess off the one sheet, the Bobble looks good, but no. Deluge, no. Trinisphere, no. Jailer, no. So I think all we bring in here is Nature's Claim and Seas. Though the Nature's Claim feels pretty medium, all things considered, methinks. Yeah. Alright, we're going to be on the play for game 2. Definitely where we want to be, though even if we win game 2, we're going to be on the draw game 3. We will keep. So we're going to double rumble here on 2. So we're going to go Forest, Sprawl, Green, and pass into double rumble, angling for Emrakul, Mycospawn, what have you. End step, draw, Emrakul, imprint, rumble 1, Talisman, Ugin, Forest. I suppose I'll grab the Oog. The problem is I kind of want to grab nothing here because it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll grab nothing here and rumble again. 4 types. There's Mycospawn, Ice Till, Temple. I mean, I think we grab the Mycospawn. Yeah. 5 types in yard. At this point, we'll pass. Unfortunately, I didn't see as many types as I would like there, but it's fine. They go Temple, pay cost for Flute. I guess they could name Mycospawn here, make it 9 mana to kick. But we can still go Myco into Ghost Quarter. Oh. Opponent opting for Emrakul was not on my list of things for them to choose, knowing that I have a Mycospawn in hand. Regardless, we'll go Overgrown Tomb Shock. Weird choice from opponent. Myco kick hit mine. So right now we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But Emrakul cost 16, so we're 4 short. There is some thought to go Shifting Wood for Ice Till to try and dig towards the Emrakul. The alternative, of course, being Ghost Quarter. That was going to take opponent 2 turns to get to Tron. I'm actually going to go for the Shifting. We'll pass. I think we angle towards Breaker and Emrakul off the Ice Till. There's a waste, so no path to Tron. They could have Dismember, however. Rumble number 2 is tempting. Let's start by going to combat. Let's go Rumble number 2. Or number 3, rather. Ugin Sanctum Forest. I suppose I'll pull the Ugin here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could go Ugin, but I think we stick with Tomb tapped. Shifting Wood, target Ice Till. Pick up Temple, mill. Another Temple primed. At this point, I will pass. And hold to represent that we could have K Command X2. Temple. Could be TKS. Could also be Karn, but looking like Fleshraker. Fleshraker's fine. And Mindstone triggers mana neutral, 2 mana for opponent. We'll take 1 down to 17. 3 cards in hand, passing, we draw. And there's an Emrakul from hand. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 mana. 18 minus 4 would be 14, plus Temple would be 16. So yes, we can target Ice Till. Pick up Temple, mill, pick up Sanctum, mill. There's Breaker primed. We need 9 mana. You got plenty for that. Sack a spawn, trigger Sanctum, yield all. Yes on Sanctum. Grabbing Mycospawn. We'll go to combat. Swing for 3. Should block the spawn. No reason not to block here. They do not block. There's Ugin, K Command, Mindstone. How do you want to proceed here? I'd like to crack their Mindstones. I would like to cast their K Command. Yeah, so I suppose what we can do is go Mindstone, crack. There's Ulamog. Mindstone, crack. There's mine. No reason to play the mine. Let's go to combat first before the K command. We'll swing, block, K command, ramp scry draw, target me, and done. Devour bottom, draw, and pass. I mean, we can go Myco Kick into shifting Ice Till for Ghost Quarter loops, and this should be GG's regardless. 16 damage on board. Even if they were to try and stabilize, I don't think they can come back from this position. Because at most they're going to have 5 mana for Eldrazi specifically. 4 mana otherwise. Karn does not get them there. They specifically need a blocker for the Myco. You know, it's Mind Stone, Ulamog, one sheet, Ugin, one unknown. Bones passing. We'll draw. There's K command. We will start with Myco Kick. Myco Kick, target temple. Opponent scoops it up, we'll take the win. Alright. Solid wins for game 2. Let's run it back for game 3. Run it back as is. There's a Thoughtseize. This isn't bad, actually. Thoughtseize on 1. We also have Acceleration for Myco. We have Nature's Claim for a turn 1 map. Yeah, we'll keep this. We'll pass. Lab. Imprint. Mindstone. No Mindstone. No Tron on 3, which is good. In which case, how do we want to proceed? I'm thinking Tomb Shock Sprawl. There's always the concern, of course, of a TKS on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We find a land, we'd have 6 on 3. We have 2 more draws. We go Seize on 1, Temple 2, Talisman 2, Sprawl 2, which would mean we'd be 1 land off of Myco Kick 3. Honestly, the concern here would be TKS on 2, or if they somehow have Lab into Karn, that would actually be pretty backbreaking. So, I think we actually do go Seize on 1. And there is TKS Karn. They cannot go Karn on 2. They're more likely to go TKS 2. At the same time, they have the K command. They have a K command 1 on 2. They have a TKS on 3, which means they would take the Myco. I'll take the TKS. And we'll pass and pass. Temple. So they have a K command X2 on 2 now. Which means they'll have 4 mana next. Actually, no, not 4 mana. They will have how much mana? So this talisman's dead. The talisman is dead. They have a K command X2 now, which means they'll have 2, 4, 5, 6 mana, Karn into Liquimetal, but we can Nature's Claim on our upkeep. So I think, do we still go the Talisman? Because if we're going to have to claim on our upkeep for the Liquimetal, it means that we're off of Myco. So we could just go Sprawl instead. Go Temple, Talisman, Sprawl. But then it just doesn't matter much. That's so awkward. Let's go Rumble. Rumble finds Overgrown Tomb. We'll grab the Tomb. And at this point, we'll pass. So again, I'm expecting Cake Man X2, Ram Scry Draw into Karn Liquid Metal. Yep. So this is 5, 6 Eldrazi mana, bottom draw. There's the mine. Here comes Karn. Yep. Karn minus. I suppose they might not go for the Overrun Tomb. They might go for the Temple instead. I kind of hope they go for the Tomb, funny enough. Liquid Metal Coating. End step. And draw. Coating target. Temple. That's unfortunate. That will resolve. Sprawl. So we can go Tomb, Shock, Sprawl, Green, Green, Sprawl, Green, 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 Nature's Claim target coding, and pass. So we have the Myco Prime for a kick. We'll hold to represent K Command X1. They currently have access to 6 Eldrazi mana, 5 non-Eldrazi, 3 unknowns in hand with an Ulamog under lab. Nothing in exile. What say you? Karn minus 4. Suppose you could go Bridge. Stonebrain. You can go Stonebrain name Myco Spawn, I suppose. Though I'm not sure if that is the best play. Do they know I have Myco Spawn? They do not, in fact. Stonebrain, target me naming. They do choose Swine Myco Spawn, so they will hit Myco Spawn. We will draw a card off of it, however. 2, 5, 6, 7. We do have Breaker mana. 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short Emrakul. Interesting. Draws in the K command. That's pretty good for us. Map is fine. Alright, so we're going to hold up a big old K command. Play the Forest. The other option, of course, being that we could play the Devour in order to pressure the Karn, but I don't think that's the right move with this K command in hand. We'll pass. Thankfully, they can't go Karn minus EE or Silex. Swamp, fine. 2 cards in hand. 1 short Ugin, but on point for Sire and Devour, but that's fine. Speaking of, it's one of the two. Devour targets Sprawl. We'll tap in response. Resolves. Do we phase change? Karn plus, fine. Goes to phase change. We'll ramp Scry Draw. X equals 6. There's Rumble, there's Ugin. I really don't like kind of any of this, if I'm being completely honest. Lab bottom, Talisman bottom, Devour bottom, Forest bottom. We could go Ugin Rumble. That way, if anything, we can play the Ugin to pressure. It's not my favorite. It really isn't. But I think that might be the best call. Ugin top, Rumble top, draw. Draw. Let's start with Ugin, or not Ugin, Rumble. Rumble fails. Yikes. Grab Temple, play Temple, cast. Actually, let's hold up a green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Oh, well, we don't have Mycospawn. That's right. Never mind. I was like, we should hold up mana for Mycospawn. We don't have access to Mycospawn because we would only be able to hold up 6. So no. Yep, we do not do that. Though I guess we could hold up for K command. Let's just do it like this. Though actually, hold up. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're one short. Never mind. Okay. I was thinking, like, what about Emrakul? Nope, we'd be short. So we are just going to go for Ugin here. Ugin trigger, no targets. Yield all. Plus Ugin draw. Forest. Jeez. These draws have been something else. Okay, we'll hold. They could Karn minus for Needle, for Flute, what have you. Could Karn minus for Silex EE, crack, clear the spawns, attack Ugin. That would be like the best case scenario, I suppose. They are still short on Leveler or Battleship unless they have Lab Imprint. So we should be good there. So yeah, I think the only path to Ugin getting blanked here is Flute Needle. Otherwise, we should have Ugin for another turn. And if they do cash in Karn for Flute Needle, I'm kind of okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at most. Still short Ulamog, which thank God for that. Yeah, that K command was so bad. Christ. Well, I guess that Stonebrain was pretty decent after all. They could also, I guess, go Karn minus for Stonebrain back. Name Emrakul, name Breaker, what have you. That is a consideration as well, for sure. Because we are starting to kind of run out of threats, actually. If they were to take Emrakul and Breaker, you wouldn't have much. Yeah, that is a consideration. Other consideration, I guess, would be Karn minus for Bridge, but they go Karn plus instead. Crack map, so they haven't played a land for turn. So they either have a land. Okay, Temple. I think they're going for Ulamog. Yes, they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One short Ulamog. We need interaction here. If our attack towards Ugin, we go to blocks, we block. We draw. Breakers. Perfect. Perfect timing on Breaker. I will still plus Ugin. Temple. I'll go Temple and cast Breaker. Ugin trigger, no target, Breaker, target Temple. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I should have gone for lab theoretically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still been too short. Yeah, there is a thought to that actually. We're one short of Devour. They could very well just next turn go Karn minus Flute, name Ugin. Though the worst case scenario is likely them going Karn minus for Leveler. Hit Ugin. So maybe we should have went from Lab instead of Temple in retrospect. We'll pass and hold, just to represent that we could have K command X4, Nature's Claim, Karn minuses 4. We've already seen both our Nature's Claims. What else did we have in Exile, actually? All the Myco spawns, okay, that's fine. 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if they have land leveler, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, I think in retrospect we should have went lab, because we went 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Battleship wouldn't be the end of the world. Looks like they're just grabbing back Stonebrain, which is pretty medium. Because Stonebrain here can grab Emrakul, but that's about it. Stonebrain, target me. This definitely seems like a desperation, so it tells me Flute's probably in main. They should have a Bauble in the side, though, right? Though I guess we could just start with Breaker, Crack, Bauble. Breaker gets countered, then we play our deck anyways. So I guess Stonebrain is probably the best bet, naming Emrakul, pulling Emrakul, leaving us with Devour, Breaker, Sire. Yeah, I suppose. Alright. 2 cards left in hand. We get to Ugin minus 11. We grab another Ugin for card advantage. Goes the combat. No attacks, of course. End step. And draw. Speaker. Speaker's not really grabbing much that Ugin won't already. So we're going to go Ugin minus 11. So let's see here. Ghost Quarter's still in there. So we want Devour, Sire. I suppose we'll grab the Talisman. Ugin Breaker. Do I want the K commands, actually? I might want the K commands, and hear me out. Here's why. Just even to cycle them to dig for this Ghost Quarter or a Rumble is not a bad idea. We'll go K commands as well. Alright. So let's start with Talisman, Sire, Breaker, break, target Temple or Lab. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we still go for Temple here. I will tap for double green, cast Devour, trigger target, Devour, no targets, K command, Ram Scry draw target me, Sanctum. Sanctum is no longer relevant. K command, ramp scry draw, target me. Shifting is somewhat relevant. K command, ramp scry draw, target me. Ugin. Trigger no targets, yield all. Ugin plus draw. There's the Ice Till that we were looking for. Or not, we are actually looking for the Ice Till, mind you. Let's cast Devour. Before we cast the Ice Till or Speaker. Ugin, trigger no targets, sealed all. I will then cast Ice Till. Play Shifting Mill. Ice Till. Play Sanctum Mill. Thoughtseize. I suppose we'll play the Speaker. Speaker pitch Talisman, since that's dead. We'll grab our last Speaker. Alright, well at this point, we just pass and pray. You have a board full of bodies. The Karn is offline. And they have one blocker to speak of. Mine. They don't have access to the bridge. And I think we have lethal on board. 5, 12, 17. There's Flesh Rake. Karn plus. No attacks. Draw. Rumble. I will first Ugin plus draw. We'll rumble. Jeez. Okay. Not seeing what I want to see, I suppose. I'll grab the Underground Mort. At this point, they can block 2. We'll grab the other Ice Till at this point. Go to combat. Swing all at you. Swing all at you. You will be able to block 5, 12, 18, 24, 6, 8, 30. Yes. Opponent says GG's. I believe math is for blockers. I get to double check my math if nothing else. Go to blocks. No blocks. And dead. GG's. Whew, a little bit closer than I'd like with those stone brains, but we were able to get there in the end. With that being said, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match number 4 on the draw for game 1. Let's mulligan. Don't like that. We mulligan again. It's better-ish. Rumble out. Done. Pass. We have a K command X1 on 2. But we're missing green sources. Maybe I should have pitched the Garden Freyalise. That feels like trudge. Yep, that's fight rigging. So, fight rigging. Devour. You are a turn late friend. We'll imprint Ugin, hold up K command X2. We can dispatch the... Oh no. That's an oh no. This is a fight rigging on 2. Yes, it is. What do you find on the Hideaway 5? If it's an Emrakul, we concede. Emrakul concession. Alright. Targets. What you got? Rumble's fine. Rumble's fine. There's Fnatic Aronis, Beseiju Temple. If you have a Myco spawn, I imagine take the Temple here. Would be my thought. Chooses Temple. That is also concerning. Because that does represent a kicked Myco here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see either. We'll hold K command X equals 2 and you pray they do not have a Myco spawn in hand. Is a Temple. You play Temple? Yes. Temple, yes. Yep. You have a Myco spawn? Yeah, you do. No, you don't. Fight rigging. Fight rigging's fine. Hideaway again. We do need to dispatch Trudge prior to triggers, lest we give them the Hideaway. So ramp, or let's see, what was I doing? Scry, draw, exile, Trudge. I need a green source, please. So Trudge is down. There is the forest, there's push. So... We need the forest. Yes, we could go Myco next turn and grab a fetch for push. Yes. Top draw. At this point, pass. Fight rigging trigger, target the spawn. Spawn will swing for 2, down to 18. 3 cards in hand, no Myco. There's push. Cast Myco. Yield all. I will grab a fetch so we can surveil or push as needed. Not what I want to be doing, but it's what I need to be doing. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. I wonder if they're thinking about naming Druid, but that doesn't work that way. You won't be able to activate its eternalized ability off of Cavernous Souls. That is exactly what they tried to do. Okay. Oh, GSC for 1. Here comes Trudge. Oh, and they have the Fnatic from hand? Okay. That makes more sense than them trying to eternalize it. That will resolve. Can't be countered, of course. Before damage, we fetch. Or before combat, rather, we fetch. Tomb Shock. And push. Trudge down. We'll pass. I imagine they put a counter on the... 2 counters on the spawn. Yep. No blocks. We'll go down to 11. Draw. That's less than ideal. The good news is they still don't have the rigging. Why not let them put the counter on Trudge first? Oh, I guess I could have let them put the trigger on Trudge first. You're correct. I wouldn't have been able to let them put even 1 counter, though. Otherwise, it would have triggered rigging. Yeah, we'd have had to respond to the counter. You're correct. We should have done that. I was thinking about last turn, so I think I got ahead of myself, that's all. So that's a misplay on my part. I should have waited for the triggers to go in a stack. Do we reveal the temple? No, we'll play the lab. And at this point, we'll pass. Yeah, because Fnatic's now online. No imprint pass. We have Ugin and Devour primed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, we have Ugin Devour primed. We need to get rid of this rigging. We also need to get rid of this Fnatic. 4 mana. Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 11. Do you have a kicked Myco? No, you have an Emrakul from hand. Shit. Drowner of Truth. Drowner of Truth is fine. Drowner of Truth is okay. Oh, it's actually not okay. They have fight rigging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess they still would have gotten. No, they wouldn't have. Oh, no, they would have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they still would have gotten the Drowner, but it would have been a little more difficult if nothing else. Rigging's trigger. Target Drowner, target Drowner. What do you have hidden away? Yep, we'll 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't foresee a way out, but we'll pause for a second. We'll attack the spawn, we'll block. No reason not to at this point. We'll pass. 4 types in yard. Is this a kicked Myco? It is. At that point, I will concede. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a misplay on my part. They still would have gotten to the Drowner. They still would have gotten the fight rigging. But they wouldn't have had the mana for the Myco spawn until... No, they wouldn't have the mana for Myco spawn, period. Okay. Bog in. Push stays. Bobble in. Ice till out. I always go back and forth on Spellbomb, Nature's Claim, Thoughtseize. We can trim Ugin, but I like exile-based removal in this matchup. Trimming Speaker seems correct for Thoughtseize. The question is whether or not I trim Ugin for Claim or Spellbomb. Claim feels very narrow. Spellbomb is an option, but again, feels a bit narrow specifically for Emrakul, but we have other options between Bog and K command. So I think I run it back like this. We'll be on the play for 2. We have the Bauble, but the problem here is we don't have anything as follow-up or acceleration. The Bauble's good, but no interaction, no acceleration will mulligan. There's Devour Megaspawn Rumble. We'd need to find a land here. We'll keep Pitch Ugin done. But mulligans down to 6. I still think Bog is correct here because when the game gets drawn out, the Bog keeps him off of Emrakul. We'll Devour Trigger. We do find a land. We find Temple. Those seizes would have been nice, but c'est la vie. We'll pass. The question now becomes whether or not we play Temple or Rumble next turn. We would prefer Rumble, but if they play Trudge on one, we'll need to go Talisman for push. What say you, opponent? Trudge does not rely on the graveyard as much here, correct? Is this a GSC 0? No, it's a Trudge on 1. Okay, so we do need to go Temple Talisman, hold, push. There's Temple, casting. Fanatic. Fanatic is fine. We do not dispatch Fanatic, instead we stick with dispatching Trudge. Trudge down. We draw. K-Command. K-Command X2 would take out the Fanatic, ensuring they can't go Trudge into kicked Myco. We'll ramp and exile. We could, so here's the alternative line. We could go Rumble to find a land and then K-Command, but it's a bit risky, so I'm just going to fire off the Rumble, or fire off the K-Command now. Keep him off the kicked Myco, and then we kick Myco next turn. What say you, opponent? Plays Temple. Casting. 4 cards in hand. K-Command X3. They could go Myco non-kicked. If they have a Ghost Quarter, they could go for that route, hit Temple. Keep me off the kicked Myco. Passing feels like K-Command X3. Draw Ugin. I mean, I think we just have to fire off the Myco here. Myco kick, target Temple. Show me the K-Command X3. Not much I can do about it. Nope, opponent just scoops it up. Alright, we'll take the win. Let's go to sideboard. So I mean, push definitely stays. Ghost Quarter, I think, is correct to hit bridge. I still think the Jugabog's correct here, just for the long drawn-out games. Just whether or not I do want Speaker over to Ugin. Like, Ugin's a good finisher, but it is kind of medium. I think I might keep the Speaker, drop Ugin, run it back like this. We'll be on the draw for game 3. Not where I want to be. Now the feels play draw dependent. We have acceleration but no interaction. We have to mulligan this. They mulligan out a 6, we'll join them. There is interaction. There's Ghost Quarter. We pitch the Ghost Quarter. Keep, pitch, Ghost. Done. And pass. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Thank you very much. There's Myco. Even better. Forest. Sprawl. Black. Threaten, push. K-Command X equals 0, cycling. That's a desperation play. We'll pass. They missed a land drop. Fascinating. We'll hold K-Command. We don't even need to K-Command here. We can just hold it, kick Myco. Opponent played themselves. We'll take it. We'll draw. Force of Vigor, was not expecting that. Pitching Fight Rigging, sure, that's fine. In that case, we'll play Temple, pass, hold K-Command. So I guess they must have held... I don't know what the plan was here. Like, was there hope because Fight Rigging plays probably at least 9 to 13 green sources untapped? I guess they could have been searching for that, but on the play is just not it. Like, I definitely have taken risky hands, and like, yeah, it falls within the threshold, but I think you definitely need to go down a list of criteria of, if I don't draw this card, or these cards, do I do anything? If the answer is no, then maybe the hand's not a keep. So, thankfully worked out in my favor. We'll take it. With that being said, we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. We keep. So we're going to see if we can angle to Cake Manix 2 on 2. Otherwise, we go Rumble on 2 into potentially Ice Till on 3. We'll pass. Playing into the blind. Let's see what we're playing against. Polluted Delta. Passing. Fetch 19. Watergrave Shock. Thoughtseize. That would be my guess. Godless Shrine Shock. 17. Thoughtseize. Okay. Takes the K command, so we'll end up rumbling instead. I'd be shocked that they took anything else but the K command. It's just too risky of a card not to take, right? Yeah. It's just it's a necessary card. Like every time you have to take the K command. We'll draw. Second rumble. We'll go Verdant Cat fetch. Given the white-black Thoughtseize, initial thoughts come to mind of Goryo's, to Blink, to Orzhov, Blink/Energy, which I've seen recently. There's a non-zero chance of White Orchid Phantom main, so maybe I go Tomb Shock here and keep the forests in deck. So I'll go Tomb Shock, 17, and Rumble. There's Myco Ice Till. We'll take the Myco. 5 types in yard. We will pass. We are either Temple, summon a Ice spell off of Kicked Myco on 2. Kicked Myco on 2. How many hits do we have there? So that would be 4 plus 10. So 14 hits off top for the Kicked Myco. What say you, opponent? If you do have White Orchid main, then we have the Ice Tail on 3. Pain cost Thoughtseize again? Thinking. No, Prismatic Ending? Pending's fine. Foliage Strand, passing. So we still have the Myco. K command, though. So, I mean, we could go Myco. However, I think the K command is probably the better call. We'll go Lab. No imprint. Do we want to Rumble and hold up K command X1? I think I want to hold up the K command. The pending tells me Goryo, so there's a chance that we see Frog. The concern of Frog, of course, being that if we dispatch Frog, they pitch a Troxa Goryo's the following turn. So that's not great. The alternative, of course, being we go Myco here or Rumble. We could go Rumble, go Digging, instead of for a kicked Myco. Let's go Rumble. There's Sanctum. We'll grab, actually, no, we'll grab the Forest. This allows for Ice Till as well. So we have a K command X1 in case they go for a Goryo's line, if that's what they're planning, if we're playing against. Given the Prismatic Ending, though, it feels relatively confident that this is Goryo's. Goryo's game 1 isn't great. Game 2, 3 definitely better. You'll need to lean on this K command for sure. Fetch 19 Surveil, or fetch 14 Surveil, imagine. Yep. As per colors, definitely suggest Goryo's. Fledge Strand to yard. And pass. So next turn I'm thinking maybe Forest Ice Till ramp. Opponent will Surveil. If they have Frog, casting Frog now would make sense. Casting. Push. We'll sack. We can K command X1 to replace. The question is whether or not we want to. How many basics does Goryo's run? It's a bit of a risky play, but there is some thought to it. Usually 3 from the looks of things, and we haven't seen any yet, so feels too risky. We could K command X1 here, ramp, and Scryjaw set up for the Mycospawn kick, which would keep him off of the Frog to Goryo's line. Let's do that. And done. Do you have a consign in hand? Four cards in hand. See Sire, Sire bottom draw push, helps with Frog. End step and draw Temple. So we can go Temple, kick, not have to pitch the spawn. The downside, of course, being that we then don't have access to push. But we could grab access to push by grabbing a fetch. Double white, double black, double blue. So double white, double blue. But if we cut them off of black entirely, we cut them off of Goryo's Frog. And they're pretty far off of Riddler's Solitude, so I'm thinking black-blue. Alright, that's out. We could, again, hold for push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that. We get to hold for push, surveil if they... or hold for Frog with push. And if not, we surveil end step. We have Breaker next turn as well. There's Solitude, pitch Solitude, target. Target Myco's fine. Ephem? Ephem is fine. Hits the Myco, or hits the spawn, so this means that we no longer have access to Breaker next turn. But this is still okay, leaves 1 in hand, so I'm not too upset by this. It also means that they definitely don't have Goryo's target Frog, so we're not having to worry about that right now. Watergrave. Tapped. 1 in hand. Go to combat with Solitude. Swing for 3, 17 all. This is fine. Second main. Paying cost for... It is an Overlord the Bailmerk. Okay. So this might actually be Blink. Overlord. Yep, this is Blink, not Goryo's. Okay, good to know. So Blink will pick up Flickerwisp. Yep, picks up Flickerwisp. I will fetch. Surveil. Would love to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Devour, Ugin, Emrakul. There's Ugin. I think that's just GG's. Alrighty. Overlord trigger. We know Flickerwisp is in hand, but we don't care. It isn't Ugin. Ugin target Overlord. Overlord down. Once comes it up, we'll take the win. Because once Ugin hits board, they really cannot do much. So we'll take the win there against Blink. So from this position, what do we want? So Bobble makes sense. Push still makes sense for Felia. Though, do we need 4? Questionable. Quarter out. Bajugabog maybe. Nature's Claim hits Overlord, but that's still kind of meh. Thoughtseize would make sense. Ice Tail stays. Ugin stays. So I'm thinking maybe split push seas rather than going for push. Just feels like overkill as the main target's Felia. We'd still have 6 cards worth of removal. Spellbomb, no. Cage, no. Jailer, no. Deluge, it's not horrible. A lot of their bodies are X2s or less. So Deluge has some thought, but I'm not sure it's entirely necessary. I do kind of want Cavernous Souls, though, so we can resolve bodies. If we do that, what do we trim? I suppose we could trim on Speaker. Maybe run it back like this. Yeah, let's do that. We'll be on the draw for game 2. That is a early bauble. We have acceleration, but not much else other than that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 mana on 4, but not liking it. They do mulligan into 6, but still. Yeah, we'll mulligan here. You see bauble again, there's Seas. So we can go Windswept Teeth, Sprawl, Temple, Lab. I guess we pitch Bauble. Done. Pass. There's some thought then to go Seize on 1. Draw. Temple. The only downside of going Seize on 1s means that I guess we can still actually get to Maiko kick on 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go Seize on 1. Windswept Teeth fetch. Ogre Tomb Shock. And Thoughtseize target you. Consign, Damp Sphere, Flicker Wisp, Overlord. When they go Overlord and the Flicker Wisp, Consign, Damp Sphere, they can Flicker Wisp target the tomb. I guess they just go Damp Sphere next turn, which does set us back pretty significantly, actually. So do I take the Damp Sphere instead? Maybe. I might just have to. Because the Damp Sphere just sets me back so much. Like, Consign we can fight through. The Damp Sphere with this hand feels pretty rough. They're still actually pretty far off of the Flicker Wisp as well. Yeah, we'll take the Damp Sphere. I don't like it, but I think it's correct in this context. Blue Delta fetch 19 Surveil. Means they have Consign primed. We just need to play around it. Because next turn they go Overlord and then Prime and the Flicker. So looking for another land. I'll go Gala Shrine Shock into Overlord. Overlord will find, I suppose, Felia? Because they whiff on the land. Could pull Emperor Bones as well. Chooses Emperor Bones. Interesting. Triggers. We'll draw. There's Rumble. In that case, we're going to go Temple, cast Rumble, see Speaker Temple. We'll take Speaker. Yeah, Speaker Temple, take Speaker, yeah. Next turn, we can play Speaker, see if they can sign. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We do have Emrakul primed. Here comes Flicker Wisp, Flicker Overlord. Yep. What do they pick up off the Overlord? Imagine either Flicker Wisp or Felia. Those are the only two options after all. Chooses Felia. There's K command. Ooh, interesting. We can K command X equals 4. They still have consign up, but we can play around that. I'm gonna ramp and scry draw. We'll take 8. Not great, but salvageable. Ramp and scry draw. There's Devour, there's Cavernous Souls. So we can go bottom, bottom, top, top, draw, and pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. We do actually have Emrakul primed. There's the Surveil. So they have Felia can sign up. Flickerwist Overlord. Overlord triggers, sees Flickerwist Riddler. Takes Flickerwisp. Takes Riddler. We'll take the 8 down to 7. End step. So, again, we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. I will try Speaker Start. Speaker enters, trigger, pitch Sprawl, adds a type to yard. 6, 10, 12, 13. Here comes Emrakul. The only issue I see here of Emrakul is they can Felia Flicker and Consign. No matter what I grab here, actually they can do that. Shit. Then they have 3 into air. We can block the Overlord. They can't go after the body. Fail Flicker. Emrakul. They attack in for 7 on the ground. We block the Overlord. Yeah, I think we have to go for it. Other option would be going for Sire 7 Death. Yeah, other option would be Sire. Though then we don't burn the consign out of hand. Yep, let's go either Emrakul or Devour. We also have a Devour in hand. We'll go Emrakul. We'll name Eldrazi. Let's cast the Emrakul. I'm just not sure this is correct. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could try for Emrakul next turn, but instead go Devour here. Attempt to exile the Overlord, which I then still likely consign. Yep, let's do this. Devour target Overlord. You'll likely consign the trigger. We know they have Emperor Bones primed. Oh, if they Felia... Oh, we lose, actually. Yeah, it just came to realization. I think we just lose here to Overlord. Because Overlord can target Flickerwisp and Yard. Flickerwisp and Yard can then get pulled. Yeah, we just die. If opponent sees the correct line, we lose, since they have the Emperor Bones in hand. Oh, okay. So they don't even have to burn the consign. They instead Ephem, picking up Solitude. Yeah, I think we're like dead 3 different ways now. Yep, there's Felia. So Felia can flicker the Devour. We then are forced to block the Overlord. But that's still 8 damage if they go for... Yeah, so they even need to do this. I mean, I guess they still get there regardless. Yeah, opponent it very much has missed lethal. I guess no, they still have lethal. Never mind. They had lethal like 3 different ways. Jesus. Yeah, we're just dead. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay. I think we run it back as is. Yeah, that consign freaking burned me hard. We'll be able to draw for game, or play for game 3. We'll keep. Or reveal Devour. Imprint, cast Bauble, keep him off of Solitude, put him Mulligan's down to 5, which is promising. We have Lab on 2, and we're angling for Ugin Sire. Yeah, I do wonder if we should have went for the Overlord, because had they not had the Overlord, they really wouldn't have had much going for them, would they? Unfortunate. There's K command, but I think we might want to grab the Temple. Yeah, we're gonna grab Temple here. Go Lab, Imprint, Cast, Bauble, Pass. And pass. Marsh Flats, passing. Draw, Temple. Overgrown Tomb Shock, Rumble. There's Emrakul Speaker, grab Speaker. Pass. 5 cards in hand. Next turn we have Speaker, pitch. Question is what we pitch. In respect, I do wonder if I should have started with Tomb Shock Bauble, because they could go White Orchid this turn. Now we lose a resource, I suppose. Rather than if we had gone Tomb Shock Bauble, Temple, Rumble, then we'd still have access to Lab. Ephem to Yard. We'll hold. Meadow. Bolt. And a 16, I'd imagine. This looks like Falia mana, but could be Baelmerk. Okay, Baelmerk enters. Trigger sees Riddler, Flickerwisp. Imagine you take the Flickerwisp. Takes the Riddler. Might lack white sources for the Flickerwisp. We'll draw. In that case, let's play Speaker. Speaker, enter, pitch Sire. Grab Myco or Ice Till. I'm thinking I might go Ice Till. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because right now I'm concerned about White Orchid Phantom blowing me out. Though Myco would warrant them to use a potential consign. We'll go Myco. Misty pass. And hold. Blue Delta. Yep, so that's a consign in hand. We'll fetch, surveil, talisman to yard, draw. Second Myco. Alright, let's go with Myco spawn. Myco kick, hit sewers, yield all. Show me the consign in hand. Two mana. Interesting. Are you giving me the body or a trigger? I can't imagine you give me the exile trigger. Giving me the search would also be a bit dangerous for you, so I would be surprised if you did anything but the body. Yep, you give me the body. No attack, so I can untap the lab if I do want to retrieve the Devour. Blue Delta fetch 15 is the push? I'd imagine normally you'd want to cut push entirely, so I'd be surprised. Surveil is fine. Keeps it on top, we'll pass. Again, no attacks. Just in case you want to retrieve the Devour. Thankfully, don't have to worry about Solitude right now. More or less, we just want to burn through as many consigns as possible to get to this Ugin to win. Because if Ugin drops, we just win on the spot. Roller trigger targets, they'll drop to 5. Do you have an Ephem? You have an Ephem target Riddler. Do you have a land? If you don't have a blue source here, this should be GG's. They do not have a blue source. That is GG's. Because Force is out of the question now. We'll draw Cavern Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 7. So we should be able to go Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go tap, untap, Ugin. Leaves behind a green source, Ugin Exile Riddler. Ugin 0. Cast Myco. Ugin Exile Overlord. Yield all. From Yard, I'll grab Shifting Woodlands, because this now presents lethal on board. Opponent's down to 12, Ephem Rebound. They can not cast it, so it's fine, since they have no targets. And once we do it up, we'll take the win. Yeah, Ugin is still very much a house into Blink. They really cannot do much against it. So, solid wins. Alright, well, that there will be a 4-1 record at the end of 5. Overall, pretty solid matches. I think that honestly could have been a 5-0 had I not misplayed on game 2 against Prowess. Yeah, I think I just need to be a little bit more conservative of push at times and not just try and play it on curve like I did. Had I been a bit more conservative, I think we would have definitely been able to win on game 2 and potentially gotten the 5-0, but you lose, you learn, you do better next time. But with that being said, that there will be the end of the day's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy the show, please consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you'll learn from me, and with my success and failure, I hope I can learn from you all as well. If you've reached the point of the video and haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you'd like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, I recommend following me over my socials or join my Discord server. That way you can be notified when I go live. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon and find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye! Alright, and that's a wrap on that. Though now I need to go download the VOD. Ugh. Kill me now. But thankfully, I'd say it shouldn't take too long. It's actually going to take longer than I'd like. But say la vie. With that being said, though, folks, in order to start that process, we are going to wrap up the stream there. As always, thank you for joining me here today. I'll be live most likely again tomorrow around 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. EST with some more Eldrazi ramp. Yeah, overall, a really strong league into all meta decks. My last being the Prowess felt pretty good. Like I said, if I had played a little bit smarter on game 2, we would have had that in 2. It just I think still some learning to be done around how I use push, and I should have played a little bit more conservatively with the read on consign that my opponent was giving me. But is what it is. Alrighty, friends. Well, with that being said, thank you all for joining me here today. Again, I'll be live again tomorrow around 10 p.m. EST, maybe a little bit later. Follow me on socials, you'll be notified when I go live, or join the Discord server so you can interact with my lovely community. With that being said, though, folks, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!